Hello and welcome to more Factorio, Sunday Factorio. I feel awful. Not quite as bad as I did last time, but I'm definitely having some side effects again from my COVID jab. As such, uh, basically, these mods. Why has that done that then? I was messing about in creative mode. It shouldn't say that though. What mods? Been removed or mod settings have changed? So I was messing about in creative mode, so... Oh, why is the green screen going all wibbly wibbly with its... Having all sorts of problems with this, where it wasn't any problems yesterday at all. I don't know if it's... Maybe it's the angle of the fan. I got fan under the... Whoa! Okay. I was trying to... So I was noodling about in creative mode, and I wanted to transfer over some of the blueprints that I was working on. So that's why that came up. I haven't actually... It's not enabled, as you can see. There's no... Well, you saw the list. There's no mods enabled. Yes, so what I was doing with the creative mode was fiddling about with the outpost, basically. I've come to a decision. So I did the fixes that the blueprints have now got the chests on, and I think the names are more sensible. Why is my microphone so far away? Is that in shot? There you go, that's better. But I've come to the decision. Well, what I did, I turned this on, basically, the artillery. So I basically flipped that back round again. And we actually finished the other range one that was doing. So as you can see, this is covering a whole bunch of biters. So it fired out a load of shells. In came the biters in response and punched some holes in the defence. So this is not quite adequate enough. It's near, it's close, but not quite enough. And so what I think I've decided to do is we'll cross streams. So basically what I'll do is we'll connect up at the appropriate points, the outside lane and the inside one, and then I can... Because I also figured there's like no point having these artillery trains, because it cleared out the biters so quickly when we did the test run. There's kind of no point having these. So what I'm thinking is that we use these basically, and I can get, because this has got all of repair packs, but it's also got like the laser, because what happened was it blew up a few of the laser turrets, and certainly one of the power things, which isn't actually in the recipe, but I can move them back so they're not quite in range of the spitters. But yeah, basically, so we need to use... I think I want to use these trains. So if I connect these up permanently at these points, it shouldn't mean that any trains come in, go between the two. Because I was trying to think it through. But yeah, basically, so what I'll do is I'll get these two, and they're mostly sat here idle anyway. So we'll get these to restock the stations. I've also then got the option of putting oil in, if I want to do flamers. But yeah, so basically, because I want to push out the artillery, then what that means is that every time we do an expansion, there's going to be a massive attack wave coming into each of our outposts. So what I'm thinking is that instead I set up some system where these come in every so often, maybe on a timer, or maybe I link it to something, I don't know. But we basically use this, because this stretch, because actually, one of the things why that occurred to me is these trains are longer than these trains. So I can have two sets of stations. I can put two stations on here, basically, so I can have another one sort of like shorter, and that'll enable me to have two trains pull up. And of course, we've got signal, so they're not going to crash into each other. But one can come up and restock everything, and the other one can come up and basically, fire off a load of artillery every so often and just sort of clear the area out, rather than have this here semi-permanently. You know, we just use the artillery trains. I think that makes more sense. And they'll just drive out occasionally to the outpost and drive back again. So yes, that's my new thought process, but I'm not going to do that today. So I'm feeling the effects of the side effects. I feel a bit ropey. So I want to do something that's probably a bit shorter. Try and go for 3 hours, but if we finish everything I want to do, I'll just call it a day there. But it's all these other things, basically. So all these actual, you know, well, I have restarted science, so I guess I could take that off. But, you know, we'll rework the science labs, you know, so make this much quicker. Because, you know, the science is just ticking over. It's not really actually producing, you know, we're not eating the science, basically. So I can put a load of beacons on that. I can do the thing up here I was talking about yesterday of like using all of everything that gets to the end of the bus, exception of plastic and steel, of course, which I could chop off and use here, or maybe just use them further up, and we convert it all into modules. Although these are actually full, but what we can also do here is we can stick modules and beacons down here. I'll do one of them and then just copy and paste it, and the bots will fill it all out. We'll have a little. There'll be a little. I need, because this is too far. If I don't have these on, there's gaps in the coverage, so I'll have to manually correct that at some point. But so we'll come and do this, and what that then allows me to do is, well, basically, let's go and have a look. So you see that says a crafting speed of 2. When we module and beacon it, so let's do that. Because I've got, I mean, there are literally tens of thousands of speed at the very least. In fact, I might actually, let's request a few more up. So if we go with, say, 400 of them, and say, oops, 200 of them. But basically, so there's 8,400 of those in the system, and say 20-odd thousand of them in the system. So I've got plenty now. Pretty sure I need a lot more than that for my eventual factories and stuff, but we've got enough to do this side of things. But yeah, so crafting speed of 2, right? It now drops to 1.4 with the 2 prod mods in. Now I need to get the lining of this properly lined up, because it needs to be, there you go. So that would be in there. So it's just on the edge. Okay, so it's just on the edge. It doesn't matter, but it's for when I copy and paste it, basically. So we can then get 1, 2, 3, 4 beacons, not this one, but we get 4 beacons to affect it. And we'll put some speeds in. And now you can do it with just long-handed, but we could also stick some of these in now. Got plenty of these. Where do I want? Actually, let's just stick all of this in. And then maybe if I line it up with that. Give full coverage again, which is sort of unnecessary, really, because obviously we've got the individual things, but I could pick them up, but I don't really need to. Yeah, so it now has a crafting speed of 5.4, you see. So it's gone from 2 to about 5. So it's about a third quicker, effective, 3 times faster, particularly with the extra productivity it gives. So what we can do, we can basically, and this is why I put them a little bit further back, we can do some undergrounding of the raw material and basically take these out. And we can get at least 2. I mean, in theory, you could probably get 3, say, with the boost to the crafting speed. But we could get at least 2, and then we basically doubled the productivity of our entire smelting array. Now, for stone, I probably don't need that, because it's not being used for that much. But for steel and copper and all those ones, you know, we can use those in, you know, well, not steel. Use those in beacons and modules, basically. Again, so I say I'm thinking basically rather than have a separate, module factory, this is what I'll do. I'll boost all this up, and we'll effectively just sort of recycle, the bus structure. So where does that go to? So that's the last one there. So let's get this parallel. That's there. So I'll sort of copy and paste this. I won't do the separating out now. I'll let them put all the stuff in first. So have you filled out all that? No, you haven't. There you go. So we do the first one, and then we'll copy and paste it. The problem is I'm wandering in and out of the area, so they're not bringing me the stuff. So I'll give it a moment. In fact, there's probably a load of stuff in here. Here we go. I can just grab that they were going to bring me. Cool. So is that everything? No. So we need a bit more. So say I'll stick all this in and then copy and paste it. I won't actually, stick the lines in. What I might do, I think, is basically, once we've got the blue circuit factory in, whether I do that today or not, I don't know, but once we've got the blue circuit factory in, I'll probably pull all of this up and move it down here. So then the red, green and blue will be supplied from our train via train. Because, the other thing I know, this, what I did when I turned the artillery on, obviously it flagged up, the signals to this train, and it went and restocked the station. But it managed to get, I don't actually know what it did, but I think it hit a biter. And the biter was sufficiently tough, because it's only a small train, that it didn't kill it. And basically instead, it's hot because it was part of the response to the artillery fire. So it was a big group of biters. So it's got stuck on like half a dozen biters. And then they started attacking it, and they wiped the train out, basically. I didn't save it after that, so it's still here. But that's the other reason I've come to the conclusion to do that, because these are gigantic, great trains that will just plough through, more biters than you can look at. So they should be a lot safer, basically. It also gives me opportunity to use my personal train. I haven't really used this yet. The idea, I set it up with the idea that I could, take that out to the walls instead of using one of these trains. But it also then lets me go out to the outposts a lot easier than, riding a Spidertron or something. Have you brought me everything that I asked for? Okay, so we want to make sure everything's in here. Stick all of this in. So, pop all of these in. I guess I don't really need these gigantic orders anymore then, so we'll keep a few though. So I'll do that. We then need to copy and paste this up, basically. So eventually what will happen is these are, because it won't actually require, the full stretch with beacons to fill a lane. So we can take out. Oh, I'm feeling rough. About halfway down, we basically do a bit of undergrounding somewhere. Maybe take it out here or something, and we can basically then, do a splitter and send half the material out onto the side, and we can then run it down, in parallel. Say avoiding. Well, actually, it's probably easy down this side because. In fact, we could end up putting a splitter in, here or something, and some undergrounds to give us a bit of room, and then we basically have one lane keep going and one lane come out and run it down the side here. We then have a bit of an issue in that I've put these quite close together. A blue belt won't fully stretch across there. You see, so I need to think of a way of sort of weaving it round. I mean, ultimately, I could take it this way. We could put undergrounds here on these, because what we can do is say, if I pull all of this up, we then have, you know, this area is not being used for anything else because, you know, the batteries. I could maybe put the, you know, put the iron ore onto this lane. Yeah, and then we've got all of this space that I can use to pull that material up to the top of the bus, and then we can convert it all into modules, basically. But yeah, it's slightly too complicated for what I'm probably going to end up doing today. But say, let's put this stuff in first and get the bots to do it all. So what we're going to do is basically copy and paste all of this, like so. It should just plop over the top. I say we're going to have a couple of, because I've had to put these in, so it won't quite properly fit down. So we'll get them to do that. So I'll put it on all of them just because, but I don't really need, you know, extra stone brick or anything. I don't think really. Oops, didn't want to do that. Missed. But I did all this. I mean, I took all of these extra things out during the week, so because there was one every, you know, everything. So I might have to just double this one up. So yeah, that gives the bots some work to do. I say it should chunk through. Obviously, I mean, I've plopped down a few more, you know, solar panels and stuff. So we're kind of getting to the point where I would need to use all of this material up before, you know, really putting more on. Whether I do more, I was thinking about doing like proper nuclear, you know, ponds, nuclear islands, basically. And you know, it's a lot easier with the pipes then. I really like it once you've done it, but doing it's a real pain in the bum because if you get the landfill wrong, you have no way. It's actually kind of safer to do it out of bot range and then connect the bots up because you can make sure your blueprints fit. But as I say, fundamentally it's quite painful doing that. Right, so we'll consider that done. Next, we want to rework the science, I think. It is chunking through a mining prod. But I say we'll just chop the science off here, I think. I've obviously set up... Oh, I didn't actually set them up, didn't I? But we have a recycling system for the science, so I can just basically get them to fire them back in to the system as I do this. Like so. They'll just pick all this up and transfer it over. I might let them just eat through it, I think. I was thinking of maybe how can I reuse these, but unfortunately we probably need a bit more room. So we'll have to sort of double the, not room, but a different arrangement basically, because we need more space. We need to do this because I want to, 12 beacon them, max beacon. So I don't actually have any labs. Are you finished up? Not quite. But yeah, because we got 4 lanes basically, so we need 4. Obviously, we don't have any outputs, so that's nice and easy. But yeah, we basically need 4 ways of putting material in. Now we've obviously got one here, that we can use. You can squish them up more. You don't need to do it quite like this. Which side do I fancy having? Yeah, let's do that on that side. So that's one coming in there, basically. And then the next one is obvious, or next two are obvious, which are, you know, two here. And then I say we can, let's put that there. Grab them. Like so. And then we have the option to either come up here. You know, we could have another belt sort of here, doing something here. But it's probably easier just to do the same sort of system here, basically. So, like that. In fact, actually, I don't need that like that, do I? If I'm taking that all the way across, that's tileable then. There we go. Like that. So basically, yeah, we've got 4 inputs now. 4 opportunities for input. I might actually, given this is fairly ugly, if I move all this a couple down actually. So 1, 2, like that. Then we can take it down there, can't we? Because we basically just split that off. It's going to be a little messy this side because we're going to need. They're not all going to be in a straight line. You know, we'll have to split things off basically. So it'll get a bit messy there. But one of them we will have just going straight down, and then it feeds in. Is that the right way around? Like that. And we need that there. Yeah, so we then need power. We might as well chuck a light in. Sorry, I've got my wrist strap thing wrong. I'm losing feeling in my thumb. Is that better? It's the replacement ones I got in the last thing I'm using. Yeah, let's put some lights in there. So everything's stopped here, so we might as well pick it up. They're obviously not doing any more sort of science. So grab everything here. I'll say the bots will recycle the beakers, I assume. Why are you standing there? Oh, because I disconnected everything. Whoops. If we put one in there. What are you waiting for? Not enough logistic storage of base available. Oh, it's the... it's these guys. It's their bots have come and... There we go. I wonder what the heck was going on there. So yours haven't... They're obviously too far away, I guess. Right. And of course there's no logistics conditions to, you know, trash any of this stuff. So they just stuck it in their inventory. Grab all of them. Oh, that one as well. Anyone else got? I suppose you didn't help out, did you? Yeah. Typical. Just checking to see. It's not left anything extra in there. No, there we go. Okay. I'll probably have to do some landfill in there because there won't be enough room. How many labs have I got now? 33. We should be able to do 2 rows. Oops, at least. Yeah. But I want to put the actual things in first. There's a strong possibility that they'll eat so much science now that we don't actually need that many things. Let's see if I can line all this up without being problematic. That belt is the wrong way around. Oops. So is that going to be tileable for me now? I think so. I need to hook them 2 up. So these are the input lanes now. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one obviously is just going through both of them, and these 3 need to be splits basically. So I need to split whichever one I don't put up the top there between these 2 entry points. So if we could just copy and paste this, looks fine. So that's 4, 6, 8. Just copy and paste that. Should be 16. In theory, this will be 24, but of course, we have a lake. Do I just want a landfill? Might as well. How many labs have I got left? 14. So I'm not sure these won't eat all of the science that we've got, but why have I not got any landfill? There he is. I have got landfill. Right, so let's just sort of landfill the bottom of the lake, basically. Let's give it a little bit of space. Whoops. Oh, I've not. Is it on here? Okay. What are you doing? It's because my bots keep doing it, so let's turn that off. Bring me some more landfill, please. And I'll do it properly this time. Why are you not bringing me landfill? Okay, let's work on the belts then, if they're going to be a bit of a pain. So we might as well try and bring white science down the top, I think. That's probably easiest. I might just get rid of all of this, actually. And my belts aren't on anymore. Right. So we need to... we do that one, the top one as the thing. As that one. And then... shall I put a splitter on it, or... because what I could take the things around here and feed them in additionally. But there's not much point, is there really? Let's just do a straight split like that. So if this ends up being white science, we want to do that down there. And we might as well do it like that. And then you want a underground there. And then you want a split there. So they're recycling all of these, so I'm not massively fussed that, you know, I'm doing this in a not massively efficient way, but... right, so take that down there, that down there, and that like that. Oh, white science isn't coming down for some reason. That's because that is the wrong way around. I thought fix that, but obviously not. You're the wrong way around. You're the wrong way around. I say they're recycling. I'm not sure what they're doing. I'm not sure I set something up for white signs. Thinking about it. Oh, take that out. That out, and that one. Right, so we need to recopy the blueprint because that was wrong. So let's do a four chunk like that. So that's all fine. That's all fine. That's all fine. Cool. Oh, cool. Right, now they've landfilled this stuff. Let's leave that for the moment. I'll turn my bots off, and then we'll get them to landfill out somewhere here. So let's copy and paste that in. So how many have I got? I've got 20 or something. No, I've got 12 left. So there's 2 there. So we've got enough for sort of a couple of extra rows. By the looks of things. Oh, which is waiting on landfill anyway. Are we covered by logistics network? I'm not sure why it's taking them so long to put these. There should be loads of those in the network. Oh no! There's none. Oh, I guess they're putting them all down here. Huh, I thought I had hundreds of them. Why are there so few? Why are there so few? Let's go and have a look. So the loggy stick stuff is somewhere up here. Oh, they're just very slow. Okay. Is that the only place I'm producing beacons? Seriously? Oh, okay. Well, we want to increase this. We're going to need millions of them. In fact, why don't I just copy and paste that in its entirety? Well, oh, well, I'd say that. What condition have I got on these then? 1,000? I need more than 1,000. I guess that was from when I was, you know, being a bit more conservative about things. So, we need you like that. And then we need more power. I mean, we could put another one in there, couldn't we, really? It doesn't help that I guess they're... So I'll stick one of them in. So they're only running with long-handeds and stuff, so I'll give it a bit of a boost overall. Yeah, I don't know. Let's copy that up. Right. So that should boost up the number of beacons. In fact, these might be running so fast they can't. Yeah, they can't put the stuff in quick enough. What are they missing? Oh! Oh no, they need cables, don't they? So I can't put that there. I need to put that there. And in fact, that is a point. These will need a boost too. Well, happened there? I'm misclicking quite a bit. So I'm not fully compos mentis. So we need copper. So we need copper, eh? Let's just take a split off here. I know it's not the most efficient way of doing it, but I kind of like my higgledy-piggledy thing. Side branches. What? Oh, of course you need a... I might as well make them stacks then. I've got both on that. Right, so there we go. That's a bit better production for beacons. So let's dash down and see where we are with the science and etc. Right. So I guess they'll fill all that out generally. We've done the whatchamacallits, the actual landfill. So I can put put that on. This is too far, is it? Yeah, okay. Let's just plot one out over here somewhere. Temporarily. How many have I got now? I've got 10 left. So I could do... that's 4, 8 in theory. And then another sort of half one. It's got 3 left. So I don't know that they'll... I think it's too much. You know, once all the beacons are in, 48 is too many for it to sustain, basically. Right, but what we need to do is extend this a bit further. You're not bringing me any landfill? Need to be a bit out there somewhere, I think. Oh, there we go. My bolts are off. So do it like this. How far do you go? All the way up there. That's no problem then. So, paste. So that would be like that. And then, how many I've got left? Yeah, 2 more. So we would want 1 more like that. So you don't really need all of that. Might as well get them to do it. A bit of space. Shall we stick some of these missing ones in ourselves? It's because I've got them doing the other big job as well. What I really want, basically, is that the machines are... all of the science that the machines are producing is being eaten, basically. That's kind of what I'm after. If we end up with some labs sat idle, no problem. Don't you know, not fussed about that. And if I have to go round and there's they're bottlenecking because I've not got enough production, then I can just add in a bit more production, you know. But what I want is, when I want to do a science, all the machines run. You know, we don't have any of this going on. these are eating all of the science as fast as they can, basically. You know, we're launching rockets and all that good jazz, and then we can see how much extra, you know, does white science become the bottleneck, so I need more rocket control units and all that sort of stuff. But at the moment, you know, this is backing up. Oh, look, no. So we're finally getting to the point where, you know, this machine is producing, but it's still slightly backing up. You know, green, you see, green is not running quickly enough because we're not producing these quickly enough, because we're not producing these quickly enough. So this is the sort of thing I need to fix, you know. And is that simply because I can stick in, you know, more speeds? Maybe we chuck in a couple of prods as well, so that they don't go too fast. Yeah, because this has got... Oh no, there's no beacon effect on that, but we've got the space to put in beacons if we need to. That's what we're doing. This isn't quite getting the material it needs. Neither is that one, so increase this. Also add on an extra machine. I say it's kind of what I want to do today. I can actually make this so that we can leave that there. And then we want, say, a couple of speeds, a couple of prods. I've got the wrong thing on, like that. So still going, you know, slightly too fast for the inserters that they've got, so we might as well take advantage of that with an extra prod. But he's not, he's getting stuck on both ends, basically. So he needs another one of them, at the very least. There we go, that's a bit better. Has it solved our problem? I'm saying it's sort of chasing these bottlenecks, basically. I want to do. You don't even have a thing, but that's not even got an inserter. So it's not quite producing them at the right speed, but then this has got a speed boost and this one hasn't. So, you know, how about we put on some speed, you know, things in this. So it's not quite getting the iron if we do that. I can't put prods in there, but we can switch up like that. Maybe actually do that. So now it can't output them fast enough. That there maybe. And instead of that, since they're sort of pausing, let's do that. Yeah, so we're getting a lot more of them bing, bong, bing, coming through. So it's stacking up now, you see. So this is what we need to chase back, really. We need to get science flowing on the bus at its maximum. So he's not getting enough cogs. Okay, so we already know, you know, this isn't enough. So let's boost it up. I like so. And they've already got speed effect. So let's put prods in and slow it down and get some free stuff. So it's still not fast enough. Now they're not outputting fast enough. So actually, might be better doing that. Is that enough? Yeah, so it's all backing up. How are we doing here? Have we put... So still missing quite a few of these. They do mostly appear to be running, but then there's not all the modules on. So I can't see. I mean that lane is full, so we've not got any problems there. Now what about, well, military science we would have to come back to because we've not got a thing. you know, we're not using military science at the moment, so... What about blue science? Blue science appears to be running okay. You know, these are all backed up. Yeah, they're all backed up, so blue science is okay. What about gold? Gold is not really getting enough low density structures because these are sat idle. So why is it not getting enough low density structures? Because copper is just being eaten before it even gets far enough down. Now that's a trickier one to solve because we haven't got any room. I mean, it's only getting... I mean, is it getting halfway down? If we're being generous. So what we want to do, really, you know, we've got plenty of copper on the bus, and this is the thing I say about we're getting this extra production, so we can kind of assume we're going to eat everything, you know, here. So what we can do, we can bring this, bring an extra lane of copper over, somewhere probably next to it, I would imagine. So I didn't need to do that. There we go. So we can run this down. How far can we go? Not that far. And what, it's sort of... It's kind of running out here, isn't it? So we'll then blend that in. So I want to filter fish on the left. So feed in. Put that there. And I'll take this lane out. So yeah, so if it turns out, you know, all of this eats, why is that not? Okay. Why you not done that? There was one of them. There's t'other. You know, because we've got more low density structures further up, so we may end up using these copper lanes. But say once all the bottom things are done, we're going to have more copper than this. So I say it's kind of a case of seeing where we get to. We'll just let this chunk through a little bit, because I imagine we'll have to do a third one down here and connect it in here. We'll see how far it gets down, because there's a thing where they put in twice as much as they need, so it means there's a sort of a pause while it, you know, gets as far down as it can. So he's getting a little bit now. Is sort of trickling to the end, but I think we are going to need a third one. But so we got another whole system there. I've not got any room for another balancer. Okay, so how about we what? How about we cut and paste these, all of this, move it up one, and then that gives us the opportunity to put another one in, which is going to end up lined up with this. Oops. Should probably be like that. So that'll be copper as well. That. And we're going to be coming out there. Yeah, so it's basically, you know, there's going to be 3 whole lanes of copper going down here. I say this is the sort of thing, as I say, this is why I kind of put the beacons on, because then we can get more stuff out for the amount of ore that we're putting in. Okay, so that's that there. So if we underground this bit, then we can hook the 2 of them up. There. Put the priority to fish on the right. Grab that. I'm just wondering if maybe actually it'd be better joining it in there. Are you going to run? Not really. Okay, so actually it'd be better if it was in here, wouldn't it? Let's just pick it all up and start again. Pick it up and start again. Can I fit it in there? How about I swap those over? So that's the output. That's the input. And then this is the joinery uppery. That needs to go across there. That needs to go through there. And we want to do the priority. So I don't think this is running quite as it should. It's probably, yeah, just ever so slightly short. In reality. So actually it should probably be a bit further down. Okay. But what effect is it having here? Is everyone... That's okay. So low densities are, you know, backing up. So we're okay. But we are basically using up all of our copper up to this point. So we can start, you know, bringing some of this stuff over, basically. But where would we need it? Where is the next copper usage? Let's have a look at purple. Here we go. So this is what I was talking about way, way back before. That you can't actually... Producing enough rail to satisfy these in this system is not good. And actually, that was kind of emphasised for me with my test, you know, my test map, basically. In that, basically, it's like 1-to-1. Every one of these needs one of these. I'm just going to test. Quality's atrocious. Not sure why. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, so what was I going to say? Yeah, basically, so they like occasionally get the odd bit, you know, of rail, but actually it's just not enough, basically. So we need these, but the problem we see comes. So okay, let's trace it back. So we need more of these. You know, this is not enough. Output speed for starters. Probably need some of them instead. So you're still swamp with stuff. Another input thing there. So is that alleviating any of our problems? We're certainly getting... How much are you boosted by? So you're at 200%, and you're also at 200%. Yeah, that's fine then. What are you struggling for? You're struggling for stick still. What about you? You're struggling to output stuff. Okay, so we need more outputs. And then it fills the belt, you see. Okay. And more inputs, I would guess. Still not enough sticks. Okay, maybe if we put up, oops, an extra of that. Compensate slightly for the fact that they're not running fast enough, but we can put an extra machine in because this lane's not actually full. Oops. So what would that be? That'd be there. Oops. Oh, and we need like that. It's not quite full. It's not far off. Why is it not quite full? Because they're not really still operating. Okay. Okay. It's got 2 full belts of rail now, and it's kind of all backed up, but that's exposed a problem with furnaces. There's not enough furnaces coming in. So where are furnaces then? Furnaces are here, and they have lots of things, but they don't have enough material. Okay, so I'm going to boost all of that up. Still not enough. What are you actually short of? Steel, every so often. Okay, so what about you? Bricks, but that's because that's the long-handed, isn't it? Can't really do a lot about that. And I can't put prods in them. Okay. So we could add more machines. But have we actually solved the problem? No. Or have we? No, not quite, I don't think. So, we probably do need more, I think. But we could probably just add, in fact, why don't I just copy and paste? So, do. And we can put speeds in both of you. And now we have the issue that not enough steel is actually coming down. Don't we? Yeah. This lane is not actually sufficient. So, we can solve that by... I mean, what we could do is rather than have a mixed lane, we could just take some down the outside, because there's no point beaconing these. I think that makes the most sense. So instead of this being a dual line, it becomes a single lane, and we Do we have... Yeah, might as well do stone there as well, to be honest with you. So do that. Give you access to stone directly. And then same there. So where is stone? Stone is here. So let's put... I'll just copy and paste. Plot that there. Have that output there. Okay. So I need to... Oops. Take that over. I like so. So where's stone? There's stone. Can that reach? Yeah. Cool. Cool-E-O. Is that stone? Oh, I need to put the... I haven't got the inserters on. Probably don't actually need. Oops. Quite so many fast stack inserters there, because stone is more limiting. I mean, these are going. I mean, they're only quite quick to produce anyway. Furnaces. That's why there's only 4 machines to start with. So with all the speed modules in, it's sort of, it's not surprising they're not actually using, you know, not actually feeding all that they need, and it's now backed up. Sweet. So all of the purple science is now running at max speed. I noticed this is only a single lane here, which kind of suggests that maybe, yeah, maybe we need to boost up the space, you know, the space side of things. So this is the first point where we're, I think, I don't see any copper beforehand, where we're pulling copper in. Because these are idle. I mean, this is literally 2 lanes of material that's just sat there doing nothing. So we might as well use a bit of space that we've got. And feed it in, basically. Oops. Should I do another one? Where's copper next used? It's all the way up there. Because it's now 2-ish lanes. So we could put another one in, basically, straight after that. And there's enough room to do that. Not like that. Like that. That must be that way. Oh, like that. What I really want is some proper balances, to be honest with you. Proper feed-in balances, but it's kind of working, I think. Might actually be better if I took that lane out. They get a bit strange with the priority splitters. Doesn't sometimes quite work as you'd expect. It's backing up now. So they do behave oddly sometimes. Okay. I mean, we've got 2 full lanes coming up now. So that's fine. It's backing up there. Okay. So, space science has stopped. Why has space science stopped? Well, we're launching a rocket now. That's it. Seemed to be silent. That I don't know. I guess it only plays the animation if you're close by when you start. Oh, it plays the sound. So it's apparently struggling for rocket fuel. So I don't know if that's because it is. Yeah, it's sort of running low. Okay, it's rocket fuel then. Why are we only producing a small amount of rocket fuel? Well, you're not doing anything. Oh, have we run out of... Oh, okay. I set these up to recycle the solid fuel, but there was so much of it, I put loads in, but they burnt through it all. Okay. So what we can actually do here is... In fact, I should have done this when I did it. Oops. They can also pull from the actual solid fuel production. Presumably, this is just not enough because it's not really properly beaconed this side of things. It's quite slow to produce anyway. So maybe when I could make them slightly quicker by adding 1 speed in anyway. But then we can just add in a bit more rocket fuel production because it seems to be stacked up on the belt. I mean, we have the added thing with which I didn't account for when I was doing it with rocket fuel, that it's going into train fuel and into the satellites. So actually, the demand is, when I did it numbers-wise, it was just I was just thinking in terms of the rockets themselves. So it didn't. I said it doesn't work, does it? No. Okay, so that's a bit more production, but what we really want to do is just increase the number of these. Now, where's a good copy point? Probably there? No, there. And then I'll plot that there. Maybe 2 more? I don't know why I left this here. I did. So pull that up. So not quite sure why that's there. But it is. So much blinking going on there, I can't see what's going on. I think I put these 2 close together. Oh look, yeah, there's one there. Am I going to be able to use... I don't think I am I? Because I can't use long-handed power poles. Okay. It doesn't matter too much if there's gaps, it's fine. I mean, it's just... gaps in the beacons, it's just... We'll just stick more in, basically. Right, so... guess this needs to be... Where would cover the most stuff? That's flashing. There, I think. No. Oh, well, I can put them in there. No, I can't. Now I can. It's all a bit improvised together, this, isn't it? I don't know why this is quite so messy. I guess I was just getting to the point where I was like, let's get it done. Let's get the rocket launched. If I move you down, will you hit the... No? You're going to berderp at me. So if I move that one down, and that one down? No. 2 down. Put one in there as well. No. This is too much for my side effect brain. Why are you not... Oh, it's because you're not connected, isn't it? There we go. Move it that way a couple. Right, and then we want speeds in here. We want more beacons there. So they're still turning up and sort of queuing up, you know, sort of stacking up. Well, it is eating them all now. So I could take that down there. And then we're getting double balance of double. Oh, and there's another rocket going. So it looks like probably I could put another. I didn't align. I don't remember not aligning these properly. I just slapped a few in, as it were, in line. So actually, we could rearrange these so there's a bit better beacon coverage. We get more beacon effect. And it kind of wasn't speed that was the problem, was it? Maybe if I swap them back to prods then. Oh, that's going to annoy me. Oh dear. Sorry, you know, for anyone watching back on the VODs. There's no watching now. I honestly don't get the up and downness of the viewership on Twitch. Seems very random. I should probably rework this, shouldn't I, really? I mean, we're not running out of oil, at least, or not that I can tell. Oh, and there was another rocket. So, you know, it is flowing through. Yeah, I think I'll swap these back to prods, which is a bit annoying of me. I mean, I could do this with an upgrade plan, couldn't I? Thinking about it. Why don't I do that? So plot that in there. We want to change speeds to prods. What do we want to do then? That was it, so I'd basically done anyway. Brilliant. Didn't you? Now, is there oil at the end here? There There is. So we can actually increase this, couldn't we? I mean, that's pretty much using up everything it's getting. So I'm fine with leaving that one. This isn't, so we could produce a bit more light, basically. So, and we get the whole double bonus thing from the light oil. Where are we going? We're going. If I do this chunk here. And then we want not too far. Cool. Cool. So hopefully that's enough, you know, to get a bit better flow. And it is it's not really backing up, but it's backing up, if you see what I mean. And it is still the rocket fuel that's the limiter. But you kind of get that with the rocket because you can put so many speed beacons on it. It's like, you know, it's almost redundant in a sense. Still not actually getting that many. Something doesn't have power here. Okay. There's still lots of light. So how about we add more on this this area here? Where's a good repeat point? That's fine. So pop that there. Maybe do a couple. And then we need to power everything up. It should be there. That'll do us, I think. It is lobbing rockets out at a reasonable-ish sort of rate. Whether it's enough to sort of back everything up, I doubt. Yeah. Does work a robot speed not use blue science? Yeah, it does. Blue science seems to be more productive than everything else. I don't know if I've got my maths wrong there. But here you go, you see. Yeah, there we go. I mean, obviously we have an issue. I have an issue with white science production, but these aren't really running. Why aren't you running? Oh, it's purple you've not got. Okay. Right, so what we can actually do, if I've still got the... is just finish up this. So we've then got all of the labs, you know, plopped down at least. How many have I got left? I've got three left? Why have I got 3 left? Now I've got 1 left. That's annoying. How about we build a lab then? I say they're not going to do anything because I'm not producing at that sort of volume. But where in the heck? It's so long since I made a laboratory. Oh, there we go. A lab. I don't know where they are. So that now. So is purple just not being produced, or is it just heavier on? I know the recipes aren't actually balanced at this end, as it were, of the science. You know, it's not exactly the same number of everything. Yeah, they're all running. I guess it's just using them up more heavily. Where's my science? Here we go. Yeah, so it's rocket fuel that's our limiting factor, basically, in terms of rocket launches. Although now we're getting to a problem of low density structures. Where's all the rocket stuff? Here we go. Oh, so that one's not even got modules in it, so there's an error. So it does, I mean, it looks like we could do 3. I wonder why it couldn't support three chunks before down the other end. Interesting. Right. So let's see if we can add in. So a bit like that, basically. Don't need this bit. Need to move you. Oh, well, is that connected? That's connected, so we don't need to move you. We do not need to move you. You will be happy to know. So we don't need them. We need to hook all of this up. Probably not quite enough copper to feed them all, but... Or actually plastic. That might be the limiting thing. No, plastic's getting down. So these are probably going to run occasionally, basically. So they're not going to run full chat. These ones on the end, because I would need to feed more copper in, I think. It's not far off, though. Yeah, okay. Everyone's currently running with RCUs, but I imagine that's because we haven't quite hit the limit that will be dictated by our blue circuit production. I am feeling so rough. I don't say, why isn't, I mean, I don't know that anybody's popped in today. Not that I'm kind of fussed about it, but in the sense of, I wonder if it'll let me look at, that'd be a bit weird, a bit meta. So is there a big boy streaming? There's a few. Okay, that probably explains it then. Fine, no probs. Oops. Okay, so that's fine. I mean, I'm happy with that. That'll do. It is what it is. I'd need to probably completely rework this, really. I say that, I mean, we could put more in. No problem here. Let's see if we can... maybe add a couple more. Like so. And there. Still backing up, isn't it? I mean, now it is very slow to produce rocket fuel. Cool. Okay. So look at the power situation. Ooh. So it doesn't take a lot to really put a big draw on the power. This is our headroom basically. If this was going right till the end there, we'd be in that situation again where we weren't actually charging our accumulators fully. So it could do with some more power. Crikey. It's just it's the beacons basically. See, it's now so if we're saying we're sort of hitting our maximum, or we're now at a steady state. Almost half of our power is going into beacons, and if you combine it with the next two, I can get rid of a lot of radars. Actually, I have a lot of radars on the solar array. In the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot, but I don't need 811 radar. It's just it's easiest to do the remote, building if the template has a radar in it, so I can get rid of a lot of that. But I say it's basically all of these the production. I say particularly now that we've. In fact, is this done? Is this all finished? Yes, it is. Okay. Oh look, these are messed up. Oh no, it's because okay, it's because I'm combining them and sticking them together. So that's just a leftover from the copy and paste. Right, so what I can do then is come in, manually pick up these robo ports and stick in the missing beacons, and then we'll call that side of that done. Oh, actually, look. Is this because it's going into... Am I using copper anywhere? Because I think that was the first point it's being used. Yeah, but there's very little copper on this lane now as well. Because this is what happens basically, it sort of flip-flops to... Oh right, why are these not... Oh, because there's no... Oh, I guess with the blueprints they don't put the prod modules in, do they? Nuts. Okay. I have to do that manually as well then. Because I'm not getting free stuff unless we put these in. So if we bump this up to say 500 or something, get them to bring them over. Because all I've effectively done is sped the things up without actually, getting the free stuff out of them. Whoops. Whoops. Oh dear. Because these are only 8,000, so it's not that expensive. Okay. So you see we're now running out of low density structures, so what we should really do is add in... Oh, and that's because of course the copper's basically defuncted. I mean, I got it all sat on the lane, so I could feed it over as a temporary measure, but sort of the same net difference really. But why don't I dash up and see if I can't grab... Unless they're bringing them all over. Because it's about 2,000, I think. Because I got about, it might be 4,000. Prod modules, basically. Because we have got like 2,000 furnaces, I am pretty sure. So let's just grab a load of that. Why have I got three of them? I don't need three of them. Oops. Right, so we're going to stick these in where we can. Oh, I suppose the Spidertron's got a load of stuff in as well. I can pinch some of that instead of messing about running up and down. That is a good point. I don't know if there is a way to get it to put, change the modules. There's obviously the... In fact, can I use an upgrade planner? Well, let's put these. Let's just do... So are these all full? Because these are the ones I did originally, aren't they? Right, let's just manually do these. Was this the one I was doing? Yeah. So fill them up. But can I use an... That's great. I never really thought about that. So it goes from nothing to prod. Will that work? No. No, that doesn't work. Nuts. I'm going to have to do it by hand then. Okay. There's got to be a way of doing it automatically. What did I put? I'm in there by accident. Right, so this will have the desired effect, basically, of slowing the machines down. Eyeballs go funny. Maybe if I zoom out. Okay, so we can go and see if we can pinch some off of Spidertron. It's the grey one, isn't it? There we go. Carrying as many as I thought. Where did we get to? It was iron or something, wasn't it? We done all of that right? Yeah. Okay. Oh. Why have they not refilled that? I guess they're on the way. Unless its logistics thing is switched off, is it? No? Okay. Got any in here? Yeah. Don't put them in there. Give them to me. Right, that'll do for now. Right. More. Oh, dear. Let's go and I'm gonna do this bit. I think. Bing bong bing. Where's the other one? There it is. This is. Can't punch me way through. There we go. Oops. And bit of that. Have I got any other ones? Let's have a look on the login network. So there's one up there. And stick them in. Okay. Nice, this should be enough, I think, to do it all. So these are all now full. So it's having the sort of desired effect, basically. I suspect, I hope. It may also be that it shifted slightly in terms of which science packs it's after. Cool. Okay, so down here. Okay. Question. What's that done to our power? Because I might go and chuck a bit more nuclear power on, because these obviously increase the power demand. Of the smelters. There's not actually that much iron coming in here. Do we? What happened there? There was a break in the noise. I'm not sure why. Yeah, it's not very much iron plate. So do we have some issue at one of our production areas? Or is it just that these used... Oh, that's not quite enough then. Used up all of the stuff that was, you know, stacked up. You see what I mean? It could also be... Let's wait here for a minute. It could also be that one of these has run out, or... Alright, so we've got 4 trains waiting here. Should we have 4 trains waiting here? And I've got 5 trains waiting here. Why is that? We don't have a train limit. Okay. Right. Where's our other steel? Because I remember setting a second one up. Didn't I? This might be our first usage case for the outpost. Bus, there it is. This is bus steel load. Okay. So you've got a limit of 3, but you haven't. Whoops. Whoops. So this should have a limit of 3. What actually happens? We've selected 3. What actually happens now? Because we've got 5 stacked up waiting. These aren't giving any error signals. So it must be smart enough to know, right, well, he changed that after it was done. It doesn't help, of course, that this is nowhere near productive enough. And we got the raw material to do it, so we could come over here and beacon and module this, basically. So, I mean, that's why I built it like that. Unfortunately, I've stuck it right next to there, so I can't do them. I can always just stick, you know, one-on-one in. One-on-one, you end up with about 100, 105%, so it's effectively the same speed, but you get slightly more out of it. Okay, so hopefully someone's going to go up here instead now. I really need I need like a dynamic system for setting the train limits. How are we doing? Have you restocked me? You have. Let's go and grab Spidey's stuff as well. And then we can see about kind of hopefully finishing this off. I'm going to say it won't have helped, but I sped them up without increasing their or sticking them, you know, the modules in as well. Right, so they're all done. And I mean, we got, you know, the line's got the second area where I'm producing steel anyway, the bus. That's still got plenty of stuff in it, so it is fine, I believe. I think I'm going slightly bonkers. My anticipation is we will not be able to do all of the stone. So I have to go back again. Yeah, there we go. Not far off though. We can use this opportunity though to take out the last 2. This is why I put them in because there's a gap basically. Right. So I take that. Put them in. And then should be one more. The thing I like about the way I play is that it's kind of improvised. But it is clearly why I've never achieved Megabase or anything like that, because with it being improvised, it's just like everything takes longer. Yeah, you see, so I got this steel production here, so you see it's, you know, we're not short of steel, really. in the grand scheme of things. So what's happening with copper? Copper is what is basically being almost completely eaten. So this is one of the problems with buses, that you get this deceptive thing that it feels like this was full and that it was, you know, massively overproducing and stuff, but actually virtually all of the copper is being eaten up producing what circuits we can, and red circuits are backed up, so it's not actually using all of that copper, and it could eat the full thing. But I say, because it was all sat here looking like it was full, it gave that sort of false impression, a bit like this, you know. So there's another rocket going. So yeah, so I think it's rocket. I think it's lightweight structures, and it's copper again. You see. So really, I should, you know, take the copper up and use it there. And what we can do is, I can't do it remotely. But so this thing, this is easier. It's a lot easier, but it doesn't actually produce. I say, the way the priority splitting works is not necessarily entirely intuitive. So yeah, really I should come and, you know, flip this so that there's a full lane going in somewhere, basically. And then it'll get to the closer to the end. But it's the same problem it was before, basically, that, you know, 30 of them with the modules and beacons is not quite enough. Or, you know, a lane of copper is not quite enough to feed them all. There's, you know, they're sort of sat there idle a bit. Right, so if I could grab... Have we got any in here? Can't see any if we have. Oh, no, we have them. Okay. Oh, it's only 28. Okay. So, we'll go and finish this off. Maybe there's some event and nobody told me. That can't be the story of my life, really. Always go to the last to know things. So this will finish these off, I think. I think we should get them all. Right, so what we can do to check, I mean, hopefully, you know, part of this will be that there'll be some trains coming up here now. So I need a bit more of a dynamic system, really, to get them to go, you know, because it's just not, well, I guess we could come over here and do this, it's not far away. You going over there? Okay. But yeah, as I say, I need a dynamic system really that is, you know, set the train limits based on how much stuff there is there. Yeah. But let's do the. In fact, let's not. If I don't need all of them, or do I? Let's take it. Let's stick them in there. Just do that for the moment. So what I'm trying to do basically is use the thing. So if we were going from prods to Enviro, that'll tell me how many prods there are. So if I So I have. Oh, it won't tell me exactly, will it? When it gets above a certain point. So it's about 2,000 and 1,100. So if we look at this, so it should be about 4,000. Yeah, 4,000 of them. That's fine. And then if we swap it out to them. Yeah, so 2,200. So it won't tell me exactly, but I haven't missed any big chunks. So there could be the odd one that's not got prods and modules on it. But if there is, I don't know where it is. So where we are nearly up at our power limit. Oh dear. If that came through then, my back cracked. Something chronic. There's not actually a lot of. I mean, there is. But it'd mean messing about. Oh, I guess I could fill this bit in. Because what I need to rearrange some of these pipes so that, you know, I mean, I could move that station as well. Maybe put it there. I could fill that bit in, I guess, couldn't I? Go across here. So I need to move some of these train lines out of the way so that, you know, I can fit more things in. You say I don't want to. It's a pain when you do it, you know, because then to take them out is like a really annoying thing, basically. Well, I can do it remotely with planners and all that sort of stuff, but basically, so if I plop that over the top, you know, the pipes would obviously remain, and I need to rewire, you know, replumb it basically, rather than replace them as such. We can fill this bit in a bit more. And I say I can take out the radars. Radars are really just there so that I can do it all remotely. Oh, there's a little gap there. Is that because that's oh, I bet there's a tiny little bit of landfill. Oh, I got it. There we go. No, you won't let me put it in. Oh, we should let you build on top of landfill, or you know, put a ghost on top of a landfill. Right, so that's the edge there. That's the edge there. But yeah, I mean, you know, I need to sort of rearrange all of this so that I can just use this straight over. Because, say, if you go across the rail tracks, it just becomes a bit of a pain in the bum. Because you can see how it, you know, overlaps the substations with where the rail line is. But yeah, so I can, you know, I can put a few more in, and we could always go and stick some more nuclear in. In fact, we might go and do that. There you go. So I could put it in, but you know, I don't want to because it's just a bit of a pain at this point. We've still got 1 million uranium there. Don't know if I can be bothered. I say I quite like to do some nuclear islands, you know, stick them in there, in this lake. But that's such a faff as well. Because if you get them slightly too big, it can be very difficult to reverse it. You have to be sort of quick on the draw to undo it, because once old landfill is down, it's down. Right, so what are you actually doing? Are you running? Yeah, so it's space science that's just not happening, and I imagine that's still because of... Where's low density structures? They're up here somewhere. Let's take some of these off. Yeah, so I would need more... Oh! More low density structures, I think. God, that's loud. I mean, I did build this with the room to put another one in here. You know, that was entirely deliberate. The reason I'm umming and erring is because there isn't actually enough copper. I know this looks like it's full, but it's being all used up before it does this. What I would need to do is do all the replumbing of this to get our free stuff out. I say that. Oh, well, this isn't quite a full lane coming in, is it? Why is that not full? Where is that coming in? Oh, I'm still doing that, aren't I? I forgot about that. Because that's not... It's got nothing in it, basically, is it? Oh, yeah, that's empty. I could go and chuck some splitters on this and it'll even it up a bit. But it'd be better if it was just one lane, I think, coming in there. This didn't appear to have very much in it. No, 8,000. Okay, let's go and do that. I think I'm going to probably end this stream. I know it's a lot short of what I should do and what I'm supposed to do and all these sorts of things, but I'm feeling atrocious. I'm not really in the mood to do this, I don't think. Right, so if instead of this I do this instead of that, I do that. No. What I want to do here really is just blend these together, I think, which I can do by... Oh, I bet they're going in. Yeah, okay. Don't want the bots to take that stuff. Which I can do by simply, oops, doing that. So why is that still only half a lane? Oh, because this gets all bunched up, doesn't it? Okay. Let's pick that up. Move it one down. No, other way. There we go. So pop that in there. Right, so we now... Oh, no. No. I should just pick all that up, really. Okay, so that's a proper full lane coming in. Should we go over and... Let's have a look how many smelters there are over there. I've hardly done any of the things I was going to do. So, we get rid of that, because we've kind of done that. So I need to change that to free stuff. And I need to... I think we'll call restart science done. I'm actually going to chuck on a few more things. So what's next? That'll be 27. That'll be 32. They're up at 32. So let's do these. Oh, I can't add that one. How much are you? You're 25. Okay, Let's get rid of that one and add that one instead. Right, so the problem is low density structures, really. So we'll add a tag here. More structures. So I need more of them. I haven't added the logic stuff. I could add that on. The RT stations is done. Don't need to do that. There's the green. There's the blue circuits. Let's add the logic circuits on, but let's have a look first and see. Oops. Well, I'll look, see how many smelters there are down at the other thing. So it's over here somewhere, isn't it? Here we go. So how many of you are there? There are 144. So we could take... I've got 144 of each already, haven't I? I've got 200 of each. Okay. So if we dash over, and we'll just stick one of each in each thing. Could have ridden the train over. Oops. Right, so if we just use Z, no, a bit too far over. No. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops. 1, 2, 3, God. Right, now stick these in. Seem to have gone from one of my best ever streams, or one of my most enjoyable streams last Sunday, where everyone, well, not everyone, but a bunch of people watching and chatting and stuff. But also, I was really enjoying designing the outposts. To this stream on this Sunday, where I feel atrocious, there's no one watching. So it's sort of it's interesting, right? Especially when you put 1-on-1 in, it sort of gives only a slight speed increase. So you see it goes up 35%, so it's only slightly faster. So it's not quite filling the belt, is it? So I could stick some more in. I haven't actually got any on me, but we could bring a Spidertron over. It'd be nice to actually fill that belt, fill those belts, basically. Well, the other alternative, I could go... Let's bring some spiders over. So we want... where are we? We're down here, aren't we? We want... Why have I got that? We want number 9, because that's got all the modules in it. And we probably want number 6. Let's hope it's 6. So if I sort of... Oh, I was pressing the wrong key there. Right. I'll drop that there. Oops. Right, so you need number 6, I think it is. Let's got that. Number 9. So I just had enough left on me. So it's still not quite filling the belt, is it? Let's try one more. So 6 down. All good. It's not far off. One more should do it, I think. And bring you down. Yeah, there we go. As close as damn it, basically. Okay. So let's send 6 back to here. 9 back to there. Okay. So say near as damn it, that's full. So that's a bit better for that one. A bit more material coming through. Why are there gaps there now? Just because there's not the material, basically, I think. Yeah, it's just because the trains are sort of pausing. So hopefully they should sort of be a bit more voluminous. And hopefully not all the trains are going here now. Get a few going up here. I could always set the lower, manually set a lower limit or something and force a few more to come round here. So what I ideally want is I want a dynamic system that sets the train limit based on the amount of materials that's there. That involves circuit networks and stuff like that, and I'm not sure I can be quite bothered at the moment. Plus, as has already been established, I'm not actually producing any circuit network stuff, so we can add that on. Oh, there's a million things in there. Okay. So I'll add on the circuit network production for things. So how many is that, and what do they use? We've got arithmetics, we've got deciders, constants. Should I do power switches and speakers? They're not that much more difficult to produce, but it's basically copper wires and circuits and iron plates, and sticks as iron plates. So they should all be fairly simple to produce, and it's exactly the same stuff as the wires, so we can just kind of stick it on where the wires are. do. That'll do. That'll do. Pig. That'll do. Where are the skirkets? One of the first ones. Yeah, here we go. So it's one of the first ones I did, I thought. Alright, but there's no iron plates over here. Well, there are here. Okay. Okay. But we also lack room. Okay. I do. No, you weren't meant to do that. Oh well. Oh well. You gonna, no. Okay, of course. Of course that won't go across there. Of course. Of course, of course. Right, so. Well, I could just stick one of them there. So we can do arithmetics there. So we need something like that. Why are you not working? Okay. And put that in a box. And I don't know. Well, actually, I should put a condition on, shouldn't I? Logistics, so it's arithmetics less than 50, and that's fine. Oh, because there's no. So turn you lot off. Right. Please come and fill in some landfill for me. Thank you very much. So it wants to be there, but I can't obviously put it in yet. Right. No, wrong place. Yeah, I'm really struggling. And then this is going to be, say, decider combinators. So we're going to need another wirey thing. Do you use wires, do you? You'll use wires. Okay. You all use wires. Everybody uses wires. Everybody. I mean, I guess I'll do these, but I mean, constant combinators we'll probably end up using because I'm thinking about doing some kind of timer for our artillery stations, probably. And that'll be there. Got power switches. I was doing them just because, really. So that's going to be wires again. Let's just copy and paste it. It would be speakers. I have never used a speaker. So why I'm setting them up, I don't know. But there you go. Right. Oh. So we need to extend this to there and give it some power, and I'll fill that bit in. We need to bring this all the way down. So it's like that. And you need copper, you need copper, you need wires, you need wires. Oh, green circuits. You need green circuits. You need green circuits. You need green circuits, you need green circuits. You do? Yeah, you do. So we want I might set that to I might set that to 100 actually, because that's the one I've mostly been using. And then what are they? Oh, yeah, I don't need a lot of them. If I need them at all. So that's 50 of them. Power switches. Again, almost just doing it because. What's it missing? Oh, iron plates, of course. Oops. And you're missing both iron plates and and sticks. Sticks and indeed stones. Speakers then. Again, I have never used them. I think I tested them out when they introduced them and then decided I didn't need anything that made random noises. But there you go. Right, so they're all there. They're all in the network. That's fine and dandy. So, we can take that one off. That's another one off the hit list. In order to do this one, oh, excuse me. In order to do this one, I would need to replumb this. Could do this one, but it means hooking up all sorts of stuff that, I mean, essentially I'd just be copying and pasting it. Could do this, requires too much thinking. Could do the rework on this. Again, too much thinking. So is that it? Anyone watching the VOD spec, I do apologise. This is an atrocious stream compared to what I normally do. I'm just feeling so bad. Side effects from a COVID vaccine, which absolutely, you know, I'm like made up that I've got the vaccine now and I'm all, you know, safe as it were. Not, I mean, I guess there's the possibility it won't work as it were, but you know, massively reduces the risk and particularly the risk of passing it on and all that sort of stuff. I've even planned to go and see the more elderly members of my family, shall we say, now that I'm less of a risk. Okay, well, we'll nip up. Oh, because it's only just here. I'll nip across. Find where this drops down to a single lane. It's kinda... Oh, it's because it's feeding in like that, isn't it? Okay, we'll abandon that. What we'll do then is we will chop a bit out. Oh, I haven't got my bolts on. Stick a balancer in, like so. That's annoying. My bots are waiting for the other bots to do their jobs, basically. Come on. Right, there we go. Again, that gives a false impression there is stuff on that lane. There really isn't. Which was because it backed up while they were waiting to do that. There you go, you see. Right. At least it's a bit more evenly distributed, even though it's nowhere near enough. I mean, I could plumb the other ones in. It's more this end of it that's the problem, because it means weaving a lot of stuff around. And really, if I'm going to do what I'm saying I'm going to do, I need to do the blue circuits thing first, and I'm not actually that. I don't think I'm up to doing that. So I think I'm going to call it a stream there. I'm nowhere near the 3 hour mark, but let's say I'm not feeling great. So let's say I'll have to come back to it tomorrow. Next week, I think. What's going on over there? I guess it's just a leftover of the radar. But yeah, I mean the big job is reworking the defences for the outpost. Once I've done that, I can set the other outposts up. You know, copper and more iron, more copper, stone and coal and stuff, and then we can start on the actual red science builds and all that sort of stuff. I did want to kind of finish this off, but I say I'm just not feeling right, to be honest with you. There's no point pushing through, I don't think. What are you doing? Oh, of course, the things for that. But yeah, this is our bottleneck now, space science. I mean, before some maps I've taken out some of the beacons because there's kind of no real point having that many when, you know, in order to produce these at high volumes you need to go for proper beaconed builds, and there's just not really the room or kind of the point of doing that on the bus. I say we can, now that I've sorted that out a bit better, we can, you know, I could bring some more copper in here. Although they all appear to be running, so maybe we just do a second parallel line. Boost that up. This is just an issue. I mean, I could extend this. I'd need to landfill it, but I can extend this because these are so slow that, you know, I mean, this is all backed up. But say then we're into the blue circuits issue again. So, you know, that's why, you know, I need to basically bite the bullet and do the stuff, but I'm just not feeling up to it. So yeah, if you have been watching, my apologies, particularly on the VODs. It's just not. I probably shouldn't have I should have just skipped the stream. But say I'm not. It's very difficult to tell with it, but oh dear, I'm sorry. It's very difficult to tell with the side effects whether you're going to get hit badly or at all, and it seems to sort of be, you know, it takes a long time to know as well. So, you know, I mean, like when I mean, this these side effects didn't kick in until last night. You know, I thought it was going to be fine, and then basically, like in the middle of the night, I woke up just feeling atrocious. Couldn't get any more sleep, and I just, you know, the day has dragged on with me just feeling awful. But last time I had it, it was within a couple of hours. So during the actual first stream, I didn't know what was going on. During the stream, I just got worse and worse. But this time I've started terribly. So I've just not got the motivation to keep going today. So yeah, so I say apologies if you're watching on the VOD. It's not the best of episodes, best of streams, but I say we've done a few bits that we needed to do. And next time I'll really tackle, you know, the next big bits of work that we need to do. I guess I should do myself promo stuff as well, just quickly. So I'm Trismegistus. You can find me on Twitch, on Twitter, and on YouTube at Trismegistus. On YouTube and Twitter, it's alias to Triggles, which is easier to say, I think, for most people. So I would change it on here, but I think I need to stick with this for a while, I think, till I make the decision. basically, I stream Satisfactory on Fridays starting at 3 p.m. BST for a couple of hours. I'm really enjoying that now. Took me a while to get back into it. But I'm actually building a factory now. I'm doing a lot of stream now, I think, as well. So the episode should be a bit more focused from now on, I think. I keep calling them episodes because the YouTube hangover. Then I stream Factorio on Saturdays and Sundays starting at 3. I usually go for 3 hours. If something else happens, something gets in the way, obviously I cut it short like this. But sometimes, mostly go for 4. I've been doing a lot of 4-hour streams, but there's nobody really watching. I don't feel good. Let's just knock it on the head. Although next week, you won't have seen it. They'll have happened, so I'm not no point mentioning that. But next week it's E3, so I'm going to cut the stream short then as well, because I just quite like to watch the press conference and enjoy all the hype and all that sort of stuff. So then I archive the VODs on YouTube, Tuesdays and Thursdays for Factorio, and Friday for Satisfactory. If you want to do a follow, if you want to do a like, if you want to do a subscribe, all that's very much appreciated. But yeah, I will call it a stream there, and I will go and have a lay down and feel sorry for myself. At least this time I know what's going on. When I had it before, the Saturday, I just didn't know what was. I thought I was properly ill, and no, it's just the side effects. For some reason, they've hit me quite badly. It's only one if if anyone's watching this and thinking, "Oh no, vaccine's bad," it's all complete rubbish. Look it up. There's a H-Bomber guy on YouTube. Watch his video on vaccines. He explains it all, and some of it is staggering because it was a con basically. The whole vaccines are bad for you was a complete con, and how the guy didn't end up in jail I don't know, because it was properly a con. As in they wanted money, your money. It's just remarkable. But yeah, I say, oh, sorry for whoever's just joined. I'm actually about to end the stream, so I'll hopefully catch you on another one. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching for everyone that has been, and I will catch you again next week. Cheers.